Hi everyone, it's Nat here. Hope everyone's doing well today. Just a couple of things to show you today. Firstly, I received my first stamp bulletin copy for the year. I contacted Australia Post Online, just went to their website, and you can order for them to deliver for free a stamp bulletin every quarter. They used to have a lot of stamp pictures in them. They don't have so many now. But still, if you find it hard to get nice pictures and that, and you don't have much cash, then it's a good way of getting some more ephemera. So this one has some beautiful yabbies and crabs in it, which are going to be really nice. So a few other pictures I can cut out and use. So just a hint for newbies out there. So there's not as much as there used to be, but I'll use this sort of thing. That'd make a beautiful little pocket, a little tuck spot or something. So it's a bit of fun. Now, the next thing is, I thought I would show the first journal that I ever made. There's been a few people that have wanted me to show this. I was a bit nervous to show it to begin with. I made this in January of this year when I first found junk journaling, before I started my YouTube channel or anything, and it's probably going to be a work in progress for the rest of my life the way I'm going with it. It's going to be called The Autographed Rose, simply because I'm making it in memory of my grandmother, and she must have had an autograph book which people would write little verses in, and she had copied all these verses onto some paper back in, I think it was dated back to 1936 or something, and I was given the copies on the old paper, and it's just disintegrating away. So I scanned them and I tore them up, and I wanted to find something that I could display them in for myself in her memory. So I have this box here that's chock-a-block full of all the verses, and it's very thin paper. It's almost like rice paper now. Beautiful writing. So yes, I've got all of those to put into this journal. Thought it'd be a nice way to remember her by. I'm not really one for writing about myself in journals or anything, but I do like to keep good memories, and I thought, you know, I'll use my journals to keep stuff that I want to remember. So yeah, so that's the cover so far. I found a nice picture in an old book and put some hessian behind it. Oh, I probably will add some more to it. But at the moment, that's as far as I've got. It is fabric covered, and it's the first time I've tried fabric covering anything or making a journal. So of course, glue showed through the fabric. Yeah, you learn a lot when you make your first one, but this of course has covered a lot of that sort of mistake. Also, I didn't cut the fabric right on the corners, so they're a bit rough. So I have to get some of the metal corner edges to put on there to hide that mistake. So I thought I'd show it, and newbies can see that, yeah, none of us are perfect. And I see some people's first journals and they're immaculate, but mine's rough as. So yeah, and as I said, it's a work in progress, and I had no idea what I was doing when I made this. So still needs a lot of embellishment. I've got some bits in here that I've been gifted which I want to add to it. So as I said, it's sort of like a rose theme. So I keep all this rose themed stuff. So yes, I've just used, I think this was a page out of an old book, like one of the first pages out of an old book. So I'll put that on there. I want to put a nice picture of my grandmother here when I get around to it. So it has 4 signatures, and I've hidden, it's got like the hidden spine, so I've sewn them onto some material here. I think it's like calico, and then I've stuck that in with some glue. So here I've just used, this was a card, a birthday card or something, and I really like the roses on that, so I just tore it down and made it into a pocket with some lace and ribbon. And then I used a couple of your journaling cards and stuck this picture on there, and then added some tea-dyed paper just with some washi tape to make a little book. And so I'm putting the little verses all over the place, just sticking them here, there and everywhere. which I think will be really cute. And I was Mod Podging them on, but they're a bit sticky when I do that. This one, I glue stick them down because the paper's so fine. I don't want to rip it. And then I was Mod Podging over them in the hope that that will make them last a bit longer. But I might start trying PVA glue, I think, and see if that's less sticky. So that slips in there. And then I've made a paper clip, which I haven't finished, so I have to put something on there. One of your hidden paper clips tags. And I made a whole heap of your book paper pockets, so I started using them all through it. I was gifted this tag, which is really pretty, so I've put one of the little sayings on the back of that. And I stamped some rose tags. But yes, a lot of this still needs a lot of embellishing. So, and yeah, tea stain doilies. Now with my tea staining, what I've done with all of these papers is I have a long bench in the kitchen, so I lie a whole lot of bath towels down, and then I put greaseproof paper over the towels, and then I put my paper on them that I want to stain, and then I make a brew with about 6 tea bags and half a litre of water, say hot water. Brew it for a while, and then I use the foam brushes actually and paint it on. I think I used a bit of a thicker one than this, and then I just paint it on the one side, let it dry a bit, turn it over and paint the other side. It's a light tea stain, but it actually works quite well like that, and then I just let it dry naturally. And I did doilies as well. So yeah, there's a little doily, and I just stuck, I think that's a magazine picture. And then this saying here came out of a book, so I just stuck them together with some ribbon. This is just some nice thick ribbon and lace that you can use as a belly band. Got music paper in there. This is just lined paper, and I just folded the end over, and then I used some wrapping paper that I liked to make a little tuck there, and I'll just decorate on there. That's yeah, my first try at embossing and napkining tag. A bit rough, need to add some more to that as well. Book page envelope with the little, I don't know, it's one of those chipboard sort of pieces with a rose on it. And when you open that up, it's got a beautiful stamp in there. So, and this is the middle of the first signature. Lovely picture. So it's got 4 signatures, 2 of them are tied on the inside and 2 of them are tied and it's hidden at the back. So I'll be able to dangle some little charms from that if I want. Some line paper, music paper. I was gifted this scrapbook paper and this beautiful bag, so I thought that would be a great addition, so I put them in there. Another doily. One of those fold over tuck spots that you can journal on. I forgot to ink it before I put it in, which is one of my main issues. I always forget to ink things, stick them down and then go, oh no, so I will ink that after. I did make a napkin covered envelope here with some music paper, and then I just stuck one of the sayings on that as well. Now this was just punched this butterfly out of some of your chocolate wrapper, the paper that comes on the top of the box of chocolates when you open it. So it was really nice and glossy, so I like that. And then I made this, it's a tuck spot there as well as there. I used a bit of pretty paper, especially for the first page on each signature. I do like the junkier style journal, but you know, I like to use a little bit of pretty paper just to play around with. And I also covered half an envelope with some of the same paper there, so that creates, I think it's a tuck spot behind as well as a tuck spot in the envelope. Won't fiddle around with it too much, but I think you can get in there. And then your little tuck spot here as well. Now I printed these were freebie seed packets on the internet, so I printed that out and added some tea-dyed pink paper that I inked up just to make a bit of journaling spot, and yeah, just washi tape to hold it together. I think that was the first tag I ever made at the start of this year. So fussy cut out of a rose book, bit of rickrack. Always learning I am, but I can see that I'm improving already, so learning how to layer a bit more now. So it's good that I haven't tried filling this up before, because I've learnt so much now. I think I'll be able to make a lot more nicer stuff to put in here. Now this, I did the same technique here where I put the paper down and I put the doily on top, and then I painted over it with my brush of tea, with my foam brush, then let it dry and then took the doily off. And yeah, it's very vivid white underneath. The tea dyeing isn't very dark, but it's amazing how dark it is when you do that and you see how white it was to begin with. So I love that effect. I'm going to try next time doing tea dyeing at first, then putting the doily on and doing a second layer and then seeing what it turns out like. Another one of these pockets with the little saying in there. Got paper bag. Now that must be the middle of the second signature. And I've just stuck some paper on there because it was just text on this page of the, and that's a book page, so there was text there, so I've just stuck this paper over the top, which I'll probably do something similar there to get rid of the horses. Just a nice rose picture on the other end of the paper bag, which I've cut so that it's another little pocket. Needs some lace and stuff added there. Now this was a card that I have, like a birthday card that I've cut to make a journaling card that's got one of the verses on, and I've used one of the ends of the card here as a tuck spot as well. And just a doily with a picture of a rose. Now this is an envelope that's been stuck down to make that tuck spot, and there's the other side of the envelope, and you can flip it open and put something in there. And then I did this one, another little pocket with your book page. They're just some extras that I've put in there so I can use them over this side if I want. So it's just a little tuck spot. Love these papers. I did, yeah, I tea dyed these papers as well, just to make them darker on this side. I had so much fun making this, so a little bit of pink paper there. I think that's just another plain page. I found a whole lot of these pamphlets in the second-hand shop, so I've tea dyed and stuck one of those in so you can flip it out and use it. Some tracing paper. And then the last signature, another one of these book pockets. I must have made these when I followed along with Gail Agostinelli, where she made all the different pockets from all the different people that she's seen make pockets. And yeah, so I had a whole heap of them, so I stuck them all in here. But this one you can tuck behind, tuck in there, little tuck spot there, and then a little envelope sort of tuck spot in there as well. So, and this is just a little picture out of a book that I thought fit with the black and white back here. Another tuck spot, another picture. Might actually watercolour that, I reckon, a bit. And this is paper that matched an envelope that I had previously, and I tried to Mod Podge some of the sayings on, but it sort of stained the paper a bit, so I might, yeah, be able to stick some stuff and embellish it more so you don't notice that as much. But you can also put some more on that side. What I'll probably fill this up with after I've stuck all of my grand sayings in here, I will keep it for little poems and verses and sayings, quotes and stuff that I like. I think that'll be nice. Now this was off of a birthday card or something, a vintage birthday card, and it's sort of like velour or velvet feeling. It's really nice. I always have to rub my fingers on it every time I get to this page. So. And then these are decoupage pieces that fell out of an old book that I bought one day, which was a good score. So this one, yeah, that needs some embellishment. It's very boring. I made it as sort of a tuck spot, but I don't like it, so that'll get fixed. just some cardboard off of another book that I took to bits. That's the middle of the last signature. This is the other side of the lined paper that I folded over and just added some more wrapping paper to, made a tuck spot. And I had some pieces of this note paper set, which was beautiful with roses. So anything rose that I'm getting, either from the op shops or in my happy mails, I tend to keep for this. So I've got a drawer full of stuff that I have to put in here. So yeah, when I get around to doing that, I'll have to video it. So that's another one of the little free printable seed packets that I've put on this pocket. And these, my daughter cut these out for me with her Cricut. I think they were freebies. So it says pretty roses have thorns. So I thought I will have to ink them up a bit because they're a bit bright for my liking, and embellish them. And this would be good over the top of a page, I reckon, as a tuck on both sides, a top tuck. So I'll probably do that with that. Another paper bag, and in this paper bag I love this picture as a journaling card. It would have looked nice with sewing around it. I still could probably sew around it, but yeah, I love that picture though, it's beautiful. So, and I just backed it with the tea dyed paper, and that just sits in there. So yes, that's a look at my first ever journal. Thought it was about time I showed that I have actually made a journal. I do so much embellishments and hauls and never get to see anything journal wise. So yeah, that's my rose journal, and yeah, hopefully I'll get started doing some more work in that soon and making a few more journals. So hope everyone's having a really good day. I'm going to get back to my housework now. Enjoy. See you later.